Good afternoon, dear children. This is your science teacher. Now take out your science textbook and open page number 85. So, dear children, as you know that yesterday we have seen some aquatic habitats. Aquatic means animals that live inside the water. Okay, they are known as the aquatic animals and their habitats. Okay, so first of all, we have seen about the oceans. Okay, that means animals and plants live inside the ocean. Okay, then we have discussed about the ponds and lakes and animals and that plants lives inside the ponds and lakes. Okay, so now today we are going to start the new point, that is point number 9.4. For that you have to turn out the page number 86. Okay, characteristics of organisms. Okay, so let's start. Characteristics of organisms. So what are the characteristics? So we went on a journey through different habitats and discussed many plant and animals. Okay, so in activity 1 we listed objects, plants and animals found in different surroundings. Okay, so suppose we stop a while and think which examples in our list are living. Okay, and let us think of the example of a forest. That means trees, creepers, small and big animals, birds, snakes, insects, rocks, soil, water, air, dry leaves, dead animals, mushroom and moss may be only some of the objects that are present in the forest. Which of these are living? Okay, so all that are the living organisms. Okay, so think of objects that you can see around you at this moment and group them as a living and non-living. Okay, for example, rocks, mountains, sun, moon, sky, clouds, all are the non-living things. Okay, but human beings, animals, trees, all are the living things. Okay, so in some cases it is easy for us to know. For example, we know that the object like chair or table are not alive. Okay, that means they are non-living thing. Okay, Paheli was reading this rhyme for complete nonsense written by Edward Lear. Okay, so said the table to the chair, "You can hardly be aware how I suffer from the heat and from chilblains on my feet. Okay, if we took a little walk, we might have a little talk. Pray let us take the air." Said the table on the chair, table to the chair. Said the chair to the table, "Now you know we are not able. How foolishly you talk when you know we cannot walk." Said the table with a sigh, it can do no harm to try. I have as many legs as you. Why can't we walk on two?" Okay, so this is the one poem. So Paheli and Bujo found the poem very funny because they knew that chair or table is not alive and it cannot talk or walk because they are non-living things. Okay, they are not alive. That is known as the non-living things. Okay, you can also say them a abiotic factor. Okay, then chair, table, stone or a coin are not alive. Okay, and similarly we do know that we are alive and so are all the people of the world. We also see animals around us that are so full of life, like dogs, cats, monkeys, squirrels, insects and many others. Okay, all are the living things. Okay, and then how do we know that something is living? Okay, often it is not so easy to decide. Okay, we are told that the plants are living but they do not move like a dog or pigeon. Okay, on the other hand, a car or a bus can move. Okay, still we consider them as a non-living. Plants and animals appear to grow in size with time, but then at times clouds in the sky also seem to grow in size. Okay, so does it mean that the clouds are living? No. So how does one distinguish between living and non-living things. Okay, so do living things have some common characteristics then make them different from the non-living thing? Yes, they have the different characteristics, so that we can easily consider or decide that the particular object is non-living thing or living thing. Okay, now you are a wonderful example of living being. Okay, that means human beings. What characteristics do you have which makes you different from a non-living thing? Okay, so let's take an example of you and the table. Okay, so as you know that table is a non-living thing, and or you can take the example of car or you. Okay, so as you know that the you are living thing and the car is non-living thing. Okay, but are there any difference between you and car? Yes, the car is non-living thing. Okay, we can run, we can walk, but car also can run and walk, that means run. So why it is not a living thing? Okay, so the main characteristics of living thing is we can grow. Okay, we can grow in size. Have you ever seen the car can grow in size? No, the size of car is remain same. Okay, and it can run, okay, by using the battery, or you can say the petrol. Okay, then so you are the wonderful examples of a living being. What characteristics do you have which make you different from non-living thing? List a few of these characteristics in your notebook. Look at your list and mark those characteristics that you have listed, which may also be found in some animals or plants. Okay, so some of these characteristics are perhaps common to all living things. Okay, so first of all, do all organisms need food? Yes, all organisms cannot be survived without food. Okay, food is very much essential part of life. So in chapter number 1 and 2, we learned that all living things need food, and how it is essential to animals and to us. Okay, so because of food we can grow. Okay, we get energy. Okay, so we have also learned that plants make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so animals depend on plants and other animals for their food. Okay, and we also depend on plants, okay, and animals for our food. So food gives organisms the energy needed for them to grow. Okay, organisms also need energy for other life processes that go inside them. That means we get energy from the food. Okay, we can talk, we can walk. That means we need food for living. Okay, so dear children, this is it for today's video. If you have any problem regarding to this video, you can ask me. Till then, it's goodbye from my side. Thank you and have a nice day.